Hey, I'm out walking on the greenway. It's Jody with Fervor Voice. Got something to share, got something to say, got something that I want to talk to you about. You might hear some leaves crunching under my feet. Don't worry about that. Might be a little bit of clicking, but that's just because I'm walking, and you might even hear me get winded. Don't worry about that either. I'm walking and talking, talking and walking. It's all good. So, what I want to talk about today is just being done with doing things the way I used to do them. Empty nester, retired. I don't need to do things the way I did them when my kids were growing up, when I was in my 30s, and when I was still working. I do work, but in a different way. So I have my business, obviously, and it is one that I'm able to control, one that I'm able to create a schedule for, and one that I'm able to keep myself in a space of peace and say, nope, not today. I'm done fighting. That's what it is. I'm done fighting. And I'm ready to live. So when I say I'm done fighting, I'm done with that. I'm ready to live. Let me roll out my story here. So when I retired in 21? And I dealt with the students that had reading issues. And it was my job to figure that out, figure out what they needed to put their data together and all of it. It's time consuming and, have meetings with the parents and give them the data. This is what we're seeing. This is what we're going to start doing, putting these plans together. It's time consuming. And it's very serious work. At least it was for me, because I wanted to make sure that the goal was for each student to graduate out of the program. I didn't want anybody on that program any longer than a matter of months. I didn't believe in parking, because if they're there all year long, something else is going on, and we need to get to that. I had the assistant principal come. You are the one that I need to help this student. Oh my God, look at the deer. Oh, they're so pretty. Oh, sorry, y'all. And I said, you know, I don't think I can do this anymore. I didn't care about anything at that particular moment. Anything. It was just kind of mild, just like, mm, mm. I just had no desire. If it was the same Jody going to work, I would have figured out a way to push myself through, fight your way through, get motivated, get back to that. I would have figured something out. I was already telling myself, I'm tired of fighting, and I ain't gonna do it. I'm gonna live. That's what I'm gonna do. Years, not even years with an S, because it felt like forever. Years with a Z. Yeah, I'm in 2025 at this point. But making my way here, I've done multiple little volunteer projects. I've done multiple weekend activity projects for the city, and I've done those things. But I didn't make it a requirement, a grind. I didn't do that. And I learned that I can still be valuable. I can still be fulfilled without fighting things through. I'm done fighting. I want to live. And that's what I started to focus on. Now, I did try to go back to work doing something different. I don't even remember what the job was called, but I remember doing the interview, and I remember being so proud of myself, and I did such a great job. And my sister-in-law said, Jody, you gonna work 8 hours a day? You have not been to work in years. I was like, Adrian, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. She was like, girl, that's gonna be okay. All right. And we always have this running joke where it's just like, Jody, what you gonna end up doing? Th- This has just been the running joke for us. And my niece too. Her daughter V is just like, Auntie, don't worry, it'll be good, it'll be good, don't worry. And I did it, but I did find myself getting back into the fight. I did see myself noticing that, you know what, you all are working against each other. Y'all are mean. Like straight up, this is not good energy here. And this was a project for the city. So the project was basically qualifying people for certifications and funding so that they could go back to school and just kind of update that resume and put more qualifications under their belt. Going, it's a 2-month project. And I think I'm gonna let this thing go at the end of the 2 months. And I'm going on back home. I'm gonna skate. I'm gonna do my podcast. I'm gonna do whatever I feel like doing. I'm gonna read. I'm gonna study. I'm gonna take some classes and do some art. Do all that fun stuff. Get in the garden again. That's what I'm gonna do. Well, about 2 weeks from that 2-month point, supervisor, right? It's like, Jody, I know you're going to apply for this position because this was all contract work. So once I had the conversation with her and she said, no, you really did a good job. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, this job is literally 1 mile from my house. It's pretty flexible because you have this work schedule that's so strange because your work schedule is like 8 to 3 and the last 2 hours you can go home, you can do the work from home. And I believe I think Wednesday was the day that you worked from home all day. Like, it was super flexible. And again, it was 1 mile from my house. So if I wanted to take a 20-minute break, I could literally go home if I want to take a 20-minute break. I've never had that kind of flexibility with a job. So that was cool for me. That was a new thing. It was super flexible. And if you needed to do anything else, I need to go to the downtown location and grab this, that, or the third. Nobody was giving you a hard time. Okay. All right. So it was cool. When my supervisor asked me if I'd applied, I was like, no. And then she talked to me about, oh, you did a great job. And I believe that we'll be able to stay on because we're already here. We already know what it is. You don't need to be trained. I said, okay. And I applied. Rapid response. No. And I felt hurt. I was just hurt by it. I was like, she said I did a great job. I had a great rapport. And I don't even understand how I didn't end up with that. That should have been a shoo-in. Well, even though I did not get that job, I felt that there was something that I needed to understand. And there was something that I needed to do. Do you want this job? Is it worth a fight? Is it worth asking, what did I need to do to get this job? What did I need? Because at this point, I'm thinking, yeah, I need to keep it. Yeah, I should, because I'm good. But it's the owner of the contract that has the last say. So I took that all in and said, okay. I said, Jody, I think you just need to go on with what you've been doing. Just go back home. Do what you've been doing. And yeah, enjoy it. There was a real identity crisis going on with me at the time. And just being able to say that I had a job was what I wanted for a time. Let it go. Remember, I don't want to fight. I want to live. I'm done fighting. I want to live. So why am I asking about this job? Why am I anger and ego? Anger and ego. That's all it was. And once I got quiet with it, and once I said, okay, let me think about this thing. Let me ground a little bit. It was just an insult to me. But I had to learn how not to be insulted, how not to want to fight about something every time. Some things do require attention. Other things, you can give them a quick wave and keep it moving. But I wasn't able to discern between the two at the time. Not at the time. But for the most part, I was back chilling, exercising, baking, just whatever I wanted to do. And then I got an email from the city. Like, what in the world? I don't know when I filled that application out, but okay, it's for cross guard. It's for a cross guard. That's not hard. Okay. And I'm saying to myself, this is the perfect thing to keep me busy. I'm pretty sure a cross guard is going to show up before school and show up after school. What else would a cross guard do? So, came in, get the phone call. Are you still interested? We'd love to have you. Absolutely. This is 20 minutes first thing in the morning, 20 minutes in the afternoon at 2 o'clock. This is something that I truly enjoy. It's hilarious. I'm like 15, 20 years younger than all of my coworkers. And I'm used to being kind of the older woman in the school. But this one's different. As my sister-in-law says, you're just a flower child. That's all. I'm going to bring laughter wherever I go. That's just who I am. Been like that my entire life. I can remember my teacher, Miss Gibbons, crotchety old lady. Nobody really cared for her, but she was an excellent teacher. And I know that because I teach now. Hey, good morning. Excellent teacher. That woman taught me lessons that I taught my kids and lessons that I teach my great niece and nephew right now. She moved me around the classroom. She kept moving me around the classroom until I had to tell her, it doesn't matter where you move me. I'm going to make friends wherever I go. But she left me next to him. And it did allow us to build a friendship. It allowed him to change some of his ways because he thought everybody was against him. He was in a fight. And when we became good friends, he recognized that he doesn't need to fight, that he could live too. So this thing of not fighting and just live, it's really a beautiful sentiment if you can receive it. So after a year of the cross guard and me showing up and memorizing the kids' names, because that was just something I wanted to do, make sure that I knew the kids' names and give them that good juju on the way in the door. Being a teacher, being a general ed teacher, and then an interventionist, you understand that the way a student starts off the day can determine what's going to happen throughout the day. So if we can start off on a good note, and that doesn't mean that they have to show up 100 every day. But if I can let you know that you're wanted, if I can let you know that you are loved, if I can let you know that you are a beautiful being, it'll be all right. It'll smooth out. Ooh, pulling the hill right now. You can probably hear it in my voice. But that's all that is. Just making sure that they start off in a good space. And the way I always did that was through music. There was music piping out of my classroom every single day. I don't care where I taught. I had speakers, and I was going to have music playing. And it was something that worked for me. So I took the speaker that I use a big speaker with almost looks like a roll bag, but my speaker has the wheels on the back and that pull up handle. And I started bringing my speaker on Fridays, and I called it the Friday afternoon. So I call it the Friday Block Party. And the kids and the parents were like, Miss Jody, thank you. I love it. And last year I did that only on Fridays. Well, this year, I said, I'm going to do it every day. I'm going to do it every day. Because they expect it, they enjoy it, and what the extra 30 seconds popping my trunk, pulling my speaker out, and sitting it there and connecting it to my phone. It's the world to some of the kids. It's everything to them. Little gestures like that help me to realize I don't have to fight. I can just live. I don't have to. They give me the good juju too, because I love to see those happy kids running in that school ready to get started. I'm not at a school where there's conflict and all kinds of things. I'm not at that kind of school. I'm at an easy school. I'm at a Camp Cupcake school. There was a time in my life where I don't need to be there. They got all the support they need. No, I'm getting in the grind with the ones that need support. Not anymore. Cause no, I like cupcakes. So, with the Cross Guard, obviously, there are things that you do to make sure that the kids are safe, make sure that they're crossing in a safe point. So, there's certain areas, certain entrances that people are not allowed to take, and they have cones there. And there's the parent, and that's the beginning of the year. This is the first week of the school year, this year, not last year. The parent came in, kept driving through the cones. And as I told her, I don't work for the school, I work for the police department. So if you're driving through cones and I turn your plates in, that's a violation. You have to pay a ticket. So, yeah, this is different. And she's fussing. I have a handicap sticker. You can't argue with somebody that's entitled. And when they flash that entitled light, when they flash that light, yeah, you just have to treat that as a detour and kind of go another route. That day, for whatever reason, I didn't go. I argued with her. Then her daughter got in, and I had to shut the daughter down. I don't address you, you're a child, and I'm going back and forth with the mother. We're both wrong. We're both wrong. So that argument didn't have to ensue. Because the same thing ended up happening. I submitted her plate, picture of the plate, and she kept doing it. Kept doing it. I said, okay, yeah, I'm not gonna fight. So when I finished, contacted my supervisor. I said, Sarge, this woman is still doing it. Did you contact her? Did you? Long story short, he did not. I said, okay. Well, let me know when you get it straightened out, and that's when I'll come back. He said, so does that mean you're not coming to work this afternoon? I said, I'm not. I'll come back when you get it straightened out and when this woman stops doing what she's doing. So, y'all handle that. I'm good. So I didn't come to work that afternoon, didn't come to work that next day, which I believe was Friday. Did not come to work on Monday. Went for a walk on Tuesday. Got a phone call. So he called when I finished my walk. exactly where I'm walking right now. He called and he said, Jody. I said, yeah. He said, so here's the deal. That parent was not telling the truth. He had not told her, and he goes through all of that. And I'm like, huh, okay, I actually believed her. Like, she was so adamant about it. And he was like, no, he never said that. He never told her that. That's what she was saying. And that's being addressed. That's getting straightened out. So you won't have that problem again. And yeah, the parents started coming in. The parents started complaining. They want you back. Yeah, the parents want you back. I felt so good because guess what? I didn't fight about that. I didn't fight about that. I let that thing go. Like, I didn't fight. I made a decision to live. And my daughter's like, okay, mom, this man has like 100 things to do. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. That's what he signed up for. I didn't sign up for that. I signed up to be a cross guard. I signed up to follow what they require of me, to follow those rules. And I did it exactly as I was supposed to, submitting that information. And there were some things that were supposed to be done that were not done. And I ain't mad at them. I just ain't gonna fight about it. But it set a precedent. It literally did. I don't have to. I'm doing it. But I don't have to. And there's certain things that I'm not going to fight about that. I commit to everything that I do on a whole nother level, it seems like. And it does, yeah, it's kind of funny at times, but that's just who I am. That's just me. That's the flower child energy in me. When I came back that afternoon, I believe it was a Tuesday, when I came back that Tuesday afternoon, first parent I saw, okay, Miss Jody, I'm telling you, if you were not back here, I was going to write a letter. Now that was enough. And Friday we didn't even have a cross guard. And before that, well, if that's what you want to call that person. And it was funny. It was funny. Because it's always nice to be able to teach her more. And it's also nice to receive the gratitude. It's also nice to say, I missed you. I had one little girl that said, where were you? Like, upset. Where were you? Like I had no right. And her mom said Miss Jody was standing up for what's right. I'm imitating her, but that's really the way she said it. And her daughter said, oh. I said, don't worry about it. I'm back. We're good. We're good. She said, okay. Pulled a little dandelion out of her pocket. This is for you. The kids always give me these weeds, but to a kid, it's a flower. And I receive it that way. So it's not so bad to say, I ain't gonna fight. I'm tired of fighting. I don't need to. I don't want to fight. I want to live. You can. So do that. Blood pressure will come down. It'll be easier to laugh at things and smile at things than to be offended by them. There's an art to it, just like anything else. But you gonna sleep at night like a baby and wake up ready to take on another day of living. It don't get no better. Try it out. That's my message for you today. Have a good one. Stop fighting. Start living. Love y'all.